I'm back with a new video. I am so surprised with how long my hair is going now. It's not super long, but it used to be. If you guys only seen, well, some of my older videos, you can kind of see how long it was. It's driving me nuts. So, I cut it like last April, I want to say. Maybe it was March, I don't know. Can't remember. And now it's to the length that I kind of wanted, so I'm happy with how big it's. It's just the longer it gets, obviously the more poofier and weird it looks, if that makes sense. Alright guys, so today I kind of want to talk to you about two topics that are kind of almost separate, but then also can be both combined into this video. I have been debating the last few days whether I wanted to do two separate videos on this or just do one, and I figured, well, I'll have a little bit to talk about each one of them, so it might be better just to keep it all in one video than have two, rather than have two short videos on basically kind of almost the same thing, but not in a way. So, yeah, here we go. Let's get started on it. So basically what I'm going to be talking about today has to do with wheelchairs, and not everybody that is subscribed or following me or on this journey with me will completely understand this, and that is exactly why I'm trying to make these kind of videos, to get people to kind of understand, and somebody who is in a wheelchair, their kind of view on things. And I might not be explaining it very well, so if I'm not, if you want me to elaborate more than just this video, let me know in the comments or however you want to reach me, and I can also try to make another video explain it more in depth. But I'm going to try my best to explain exactly what I want to talk about with you guys. So the first topic part I want to talk about is that wheelchairs are not just wheelchairs to us, obviously. They are the way we get around. They are basically our legs. And I know that sounds, or might sound weird to a lot of people, or they might not obviously understand because they haven't been in the situation, but basically that is how we get around, obviously. Like, everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody, but everybody else that is in a wheelchair, so it is everybody else. They can do, even if they do walkers or standers or different things like that, they can still move around with their legs. Some people like me are unfortunate and don't have the choice between, you know, one's able to walk and they can't. I've never been able to. Walkers, yes, I have in the past with that. But what people don't understand with walkers is you're not just up and, ooh, walking. That takes a lot of toll on your back. Not only your back, your arm strength. It's all going to be in your upper body regardless. So it's not really a lot of your feet moving. Some of it is your feet moving, but it's your upper body to get down to your feet that is moving, if that kind of makes sense. I know it kind of doesn't, but I really don't know how to explain it other than that. It's everything else up here that functions is getting what doesn't function to function in a way. And some people think that I could do that all the time, and I was only doing that during PT, as it was during, you know, my middle school ages all the way to, you know, early high school, and I eventually had to stop. And some people didn't quite understand why I had to stop, or why I did, or thought it was just my mother, you know, making me stop. But I loved doing it. I just couldn't do it anymore because of a lot of medical reasons that I shouldn't have to explain. I'm not going to. And because of my back. I have scoliosis, okay? So I have metal rods in my back. And that takes a toll on me with you know, that walking with my RGOs. So I cannot do that anymore. So now I have my stander, which is kind of another way as my walker to help me, you know, get up out of my chair and to, I call it exercise and work out. That's my form of working out, kind of. So I do that. And I can't even do that every day. It'd be a dream come true if I could do that every day. But I can't, because that even takes a toll on me. Because everything you're using, like I said, is going to be your upper body strength. Let alone, I have to use my arms for everything. whether it's crawling or, making my wheelchair move, whether it is the joystick in my power wheelchair or it is, the wheels to a manual wheelchair. And let me touch base on this, because not a lot of people quite understand that it's not in the same situation. To get a manual wheelchair that you can push for a decent price is very, very, very hard to find, because we try to do that as a backup wheelchair, and of course insurance won't pay for a backup wheelchair, in case you didn't know that. They're obviously only going to pay for one, so even if you have an electric one and it breaks down somehow because, it's electric and things happen with technology that needs to be fixed, you're not going to get a backup one unless you pay it off. So it kind of makes sense, but in a way it still is kind of frustrating for people like me, because that is our only way of getting around. Obviously we can crawl, but are we going to crawl to places like public? No, I don't think so. Like around the house, that's okay, but do you think we're really doing that shit in public? No. You're crazy. You're really crazy if you think we're doing that crap in public. I don't think people understand, and that's okay because you're not in that mindset, but don't act like you know everything that there is about us when you really don't. Wheelchairs aren't just wheelchairs to us, like I said, it's more than that. It's how we get around. It is our independence. It is everything to us, and you take that away and we can't go anywhere, basically. It's nothing. Everybody has their different ways of getting around. Of course, everybody has their unique style and how they get around. Some people might be okay with a manual wheelchair, okay? All the time. That's fine. Kudos to you. I do give you props, because I was like that when I was little. But when I was little, I didn't have all these serious medical problems I had to get. As you get older, your medical problems get worse, or just, you have to deal with them more, things like that. And that happens for everybody, not just me. It happens for everybody. When you get older, shit happens, it does. There's no denying that. There's no denying that your bones could get weaker, or, I don't know, just, it's life. Things happen. You feel me? You get it? I don't know. I just like to ramble on and go where you guys know that by now, but stay with me. But yeah, and it was actually my dad's idea, which is quite hilarious and funny. He wanted me in middle school to actually be in a power wheelchair, and that's when I got my power wheelchair. I cannot remember what grade. Maybe it was 5th, 6th grade, I want to say somewhere around there. When I was first learning how to do a power wheelchair. It's not that hard. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. It's really not that hard. It's obviously a lot more easier than it is a manual wheelchair. But even when I went in a manual wheelchair, I got the hang and grasp of it so quick. People were amazed, because usually it takes people a lot longer to learn how to use and rotate the different corners and stuff, and I got it just like that. That's always how I am. I'm a fast learner for the most part. I can get things just like that, and it's a breeze. But even the wheelchair guys, were very impressed with how quick I was learning, and of course, they brought it to school to me, my first electric wheelchair, and just zooming down the halls, and everybody's just we just see this pink thing going by, and of course, I had this bubblegum pink, but in my defense, I thought they didn't have the shades or whatever, they just kind of told you didn't have the sample colors. So in my defense, I thought the bubblegum pink was going to be a lighter pink like I have now in my wheelchair, but it was really almost like a magenta, I want to say. I don't know, it was a dark, dark, dark pink color, but I think magenta is a purplish, isn't it? Whatever, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with my colors, but it was a dark pink, okay? And I didn't really care for it. I'm going to be honest, I didn't really care for it. But that was my first one, and of course it was loud because it wasn't bright, but it was dark. It was really dark, and it was pink. It was a loud color. So of course when I was zooming by, that's all you see is a big streak of pink, and that's all I heard from my teachers. It was a really surreal moment, and from there, of course, I went to power wheelchairs because it was a lot easier, in school, especially when I got into high school, to carry my books and to hold things, and it did gain me confidence in the independence that I didn't need. Um, like I said, everybody's different in what they need, and hey, if you want to do a manual wheelchair, good for you. Like I'm happy you can do that, but for me and my back problems that I have to deal with every day, and no, it doesn't hurt as much as it used to, but I do still have problems, having all that and having that strain just on my back. I can't do it all the time. So a lot of people like to see it as an easy way out, or as, oh, you're just being lazy, but it's much more than that. It's, it comes into medical play and what is right for you. And if anybody's ever doubting you and saying you shouldn't get this, you shouldn't do this, they're just jealous, of course, of you and what you can get. But not only of that, they just don't want to see you succeed and think that they're better than you in a way. So I say, do you, boo? And if you want to get an electric wheelchair and somebody's trying to talk you out of it, get a freaking electric wheelchair. If your insurance will pay for it or whatever, you do it. You want a manual one, you do it. Whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be about wheelchairs. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want, you do it. Don't let anybody talk you out of anything. Because guess what? It's not their freaking choice. It is yours. You get to choose how you live your life. You get to choose all the things you want to do. So freaking choose them and be happy with your decision. Because I guarantee you, you'll be happy in the long run that you chose it. Instead of listening to somebody's petty, little decisions about you and, what they want to choose for you. So, yeah, let's get off of that. But anyways, enough rambling. That was like the first little topic thing. Yes, this video is going to be so long because I'm all over the place. But I think you guys kind of like that, right? You guys kind of like me all over the place, right? I mean, you get to stare at this beautiful highlighter longer, so I guess it's a good thing. Let's get on to the second topic, shall we? So now that I touched base on kind of the wheelchairs, it's not just wheelchairs to us, it's who we are, what makes us us, how we get around, how we do that. Also, what I forgot to bring in too, which is a major plus, at least to me. I don't know about any of you other wheelchair gals or, gentlemen, girls, guys, whatever, I don't sound off below if you're the same way as me. The one thing I love, and I mean love about wheelchairs, you don't have to worry about a seat. You don't have to worry about somebody taking your seat anywhere in public, because guess what? You're already sitting in one. I mean, come on. Come on. The perks in that, it doesn't get any better than that, does it? I love it. I love it. I mean, the accessibility thing, I went over that. That's another thing. But having your own seat, not having to worry about that, I love it. Anyways, now that we're off, completely off of that subject, we're not going to get into the next topics of wheelchairs is how people see us. We are more than what we are just in. Yes, that makes us who we are and, how we get around and stuff. We didn't choose to be that way, obviously. God created us how we were made to be for a reason. And whatever that reason is, we'll find out, We'll find out. But we are more than what everybody sees in the wheelchair. A lot of people like to see people in the wheelchairs not intelligent or not understanding or don't even know really how to put it in words, but not capable of doing everything that I guess a normal person or somebody that can walk can do, if you per se it that way. I think I'm not the smartest, of course, There are some things I know, some things I don't, but that's with everybody, Not everybody's the smartest. Not everybody is going to socialize. Not everybody, everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses, okay? That's just a part of being a human in general, okay? So let's just put that out there. But when you just see somebody in a wheelchair, I think people just always have that one kind of mindset of, that they can't really do much and yada yada, all that stuff. And it is kind of frustrating. But that's when people like me and everybody else, that are in a wheelchair steps up and proves to them that we do belong where we belong, whether it's a job, whether it's a career, whether it's just school or anything, you know. We have to stand up, we have to fight for our rights and sit there and, you know, prove to everybody why we do belong where we belong. And yeah, it's a little bit frustrating, it is hard, it is difficult, and it will be difficult at times. Life is never made to be easy, and there's no shortcuts in life, but I truly believe if you are passionate about something, you believe in something, you are truly in it, you can surprise anybody and even yourself at times. And yeah, I really don't know too much where I'm going with this, but I truly believe you could, if you put your mind, not only your mind, I like to say heart because your mind is only one part, but if you have to be passionate about it in your heart as well as your mind in order to get the message across, I believe. And if you're really passionate about it in your heart, I believe it will surely come through, and that's when you will know that you will belong, and not only belong, people will recognize you more and want to, you know, work with you more, I guess is what I want to say. I don't know. You guys kind of get what I'm saying. Like, you kind of get my vibe. I don't have to say much for you guys to kind of get my vibe on things. But yeah, we're more than just, you know, what meets the eye, what looks. I don't necessarily, you know, everybody's different, but I mean, I am an open book, you know, about a lot of things, and I will answer a lot of questions that you guys have. But please, when it comes to people in wheelchairs too, this is just a little side topic or whatever. Yes, I'm more than just a wheelchair, but don't ask like really inappropriate questions to any of us, because that, to me, that's just really uncalled for. Like, we're still humans, so you can put like pieces together and kind of decide what we can and what we can't do. And even if we can and can't do certain things, I don't think that's really any of anybody else's business, like on the internet, in real life, or anything. It's really not. So if you think something's inappropriate and that you don't really need to know, maybe you just shouldn't be asking it. And maybe that's why you kind of get pissed off or just, you know, ignore you. So just a little side note, you can ask as many questions as you can, obviously, to any of us, but I mean, just don't, like, there's a certain line you cross with anybody, and you don't want to cross that line, you know. But, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. But don't be, when it comes to the, we are more than a wheelchair to that topic, or whatever the second one I'm on. Also, don't be afraid to come up and talk to somebody in a wheelchair. I mean, most of us are probably just as insecure and shy as you think we are. Like, I sound like really bubbly and happy, and because I have that attitude, I really do. Like, I'm not gonna sound all grumpy on the internet and just, complain about everything, because I'm not that kind of person. I mean, yeah, I have my bad days. Everybody has their bad days, okay? But, you know, what you give is what you get. That's all I gotta say. But come up and talk to us, okay? If you're afraid to talk to somebody in a wheelchair, just go up and do it. You know, life is about taking risks and chances. So do it. Do it. Video coming about that soon. But yeah, do it. You only live once. I mean, got nothing to lose. We are probably, anybody that's in a wheelchair is probably about the most sweetest people you ever know. And we're probably even more sarcastic than everybody else in the world. So, yeah, we're pretty chill. I would come up and talk to us and whatever. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. If you want me to elaborate on anything, or if there's anything I left out that you think, let me know, and I could do a part 2. I don't see why I would have to, but I could do part 2 if you want me to. If there's any other videos, topics you want me to do, leave them down below in the comments, or just let me know in general, and I will do them. I have a lot of videos planned. I've been wanting to do them weekly, but I don't have enough to do, like, you know, to do them weekly yet. But if you guys keep rolling with the suggestions and what you want me to film, I can for sure start filming weekly, hopefully, depending on how I'm feeling, because I don't like to film if I feel so crummy, but if I really feel like I need to get some message out there, I will. Um, but yeah, I think that's all I have to say in this video. Um, it was really, really important to me, and I know I got sidetracked. I almost always do in all my videos, and I do apologize for having like 12, 20-minute videos, like whatever, but you guys get what I'm saying, and then sometimes other things pop in my head, and I feel like I need to say it. So, yeah, I think that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys are having a amazing Monday and a great start to your week. Or maybe this kind of made your Monday. I hope it did. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.